We are here at the SAHBA, Southern Arizona Home Builders Association building, and I am here with the president, and this is David. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good.
David and I are going to talk politics a little bit because one of the parts of community involvement that SAHBA takes is involved in politics. And not only are they advocates for business, they're also advocates for the community. So I thought we'd discuss that a little bit and we can talk about how you are working for the community in the political arena.
Absolutely. I think one of the big things that we try and do is make sure that we keep housing affordable. So when we're looking to support candidates or working on policy issues, first and foremost is how the particular regulation or policy is going to result in increased costs, and that ultimately has an impact on housing affordability. So I do think what we're doing is benefiting the builders and the developers, but it's ultimately benefiting the homeowners.
Yeah, and you don't really think about that kind of stuff though, or the average homeowner or even just person doesn't really think about an election or a bill coming by impacting your standard of living or possibly impacting your standard of living. So that's actually that's a pretty good point. So how involved are you? Are you on the city, county, state level?
Well, I think one of the things that's unique about SAHBA is that we're involved at every level. We're involved at the local level, both in Pima County, but also Cochise and Santa Cruz County. We get very involved in the state legislature through NHB, but also on some of the projects that we work on. We're involved in the federal level as well. So it touches, all the different areas and all the different levels. And I would say we're involved in great detail. We like to get down in the weeds, particularly at the local level on policy and politics.
You have to almost though.
You really do.
Yeah, because it doesn't always come downwards, so does it? It goes upwards as well. So these laws, and they do affect on every level, but again, you just don't think about, oh, well, this might affect this interest rate, or this might affect the house.
Absolutely.
House prices.
And I think when you're looking at it, we tend to look at things as far upstream in the regulatory and political process as possible, from looking at it when the landowner owns that that flat or the piece of land, and all of the steps through before homes are actually being built. And so everywhere along the way where there's government involvement or political involvement, that tends to either make things more difficult or easier. So either speeding up the development process to make those homes come out of the ground quicker, or slow it down. And typically what happens is when it's a slow process or a cumbersome process, that ultimately makes things more expensive. And again, it raises the price of those homes, and it makes it more difficult for people to get in at an affordable rate and something that they can work with.
Right, yeah, it does make it difficult because I like to say home ownership is the American dream, and everybody should be entitled to it to a degree. It is a responsibility, but at the same time, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people come to this country.
We believe
is
that
for
as
home
well.
ownership. Yeah, exactly. So I would think you'd have to get hands-on when it comes to things like this. Now, do you also go into politics as far as pro-business because you are a business-driven membership company, or?
Absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, when we're looking at different candidates or politicians to support or get involved in their campaigns, we are looking at their track record in supporting builders, but ultimately supporting builders we believe is supporting business. And so what we want to do is find people who are going to be looking at how to grow jobs, how to grow the economy, and ultimately that's going to help the home builders as well. When we look at our association, we're the community builder, and it's not just a tagline. It's something that we take very seriously and want to be involved in, and certainly we want to help our members and serve their interests, but it's a broader picture that we want to be involved in helping the community.
Right. Now, do you guys have any grassroots kind of effort to get out there into the community? We did meet Habitat for Humanity.
Yep.
We did meet and Brigid and spoke to her. And so does it go further beyond that, or is that something that's in the stages of development for you?
Well, really, we're always trying to cultivate our membership to go out and get involved in the community. And you certainly, as a member-driven organization, have leaders who tend to be more engaged or more diverse in their community involvement. But we have, if you really look at our membership, they are involved in so many things in the community that it's not just in isolation specifically to to SAHBA,
Right.
whether it's other charitable or community organizations, or involved in other programs on behalf of the association as an ambassador.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was going to say that not only are they representative of their business, but being a member of SAHBA, they're representative of SAHBA as well. So that's also something, that is taken into consideration, I assume, when people go out on an individual basis to reach out to the community as well.
Absolutely.
But now, as far as a community resource, you provide a couple resources for the community, right?
We do.
And what are those?
Well, I think what we really have been trying to work on the past couple of years is making sure that the community knows who our members are, and so giving our members an opportunity to showcase their products and services. I think we've developed a website where anybody in the community can get on, and they can find a builder or find a remodeler or find somebody in the trades. Try and make it very simple as for you, the consumer, to go on and find a service provider to meet whatever home ownership needs that you have. And then really the home show is another great opportunity and resource for the public, anybody who's looking at making those home improvements or needing to find somebody to help them with their with their home ownership needs, and just giving people an opportunity to go in that one-stop shop.
Gotcha. And you know what? You can also submit bids on there or ask for bids, right?
You can through the website, and that's one of the things that we wanted to do is, as an association, we can't play favorites.
Right.
But what we want to do is make sure that it's really simple for the public to find that right person to do the job. And so we figured to set it up in a way. So if it was HVAC work, air conditioning or heating, that you could go online, you could identify those members who provide that service and request that bid. So what you're doing is you're sending just one click, and you can send an email to multiple companies who then it's in their lap, and whether or not they respond and follow up to get the business.
Right.
But we see it as an easy service for the public to access and find who they need.
That's very cool. And I think when speaking to Les, he was mentioning something about a workforce outreach as well that he was head of.
Yeah, Les has been a tremendous member for many, many years, and we're so appreciative of everything he's done. And one of the things that he has been so involved in is that workforce development, and he had been in charge of a program called the SAHBA Institute of Construction. Unfortunately, because of the downturn, we hadn't been able to continue with that program. But in the past, I would say 2 years, have been able to devote more time and more attention to being involved in whether it's Pima County JTED or Fred Acosta Job Corps, and ways to make sure that we are training that workforce for the future, and so that as the skilled trades are aging and they're getting older, that we have people who are behind them, young, professional, and interested in construction industry.
Yeah. So what is the history of political involvement, though, when it comes to?
Well, from the very beginning that SAHBA has been involved in the political level, we've continued as towns like Marana and now Oro Valley and Sahuarita have formed and grown. That's required us to be more, kind of more engaged in other parts of the community beyond the city of Tucson and Pima County.
How about party lines? Do you go across party lines? Are they irrelevant? How does that kind of work?
It's we're pro-builder, and so we're trying to find candidates who are going to support the builders, whether they're Republicans, Independents, Democrats.
What is the website address where people can go and find a business and maybe get bids?
So if they go to www.sahba.org, and it should be pretty straightforward right on the homepage where they can find the different companies and request the bids.
Okay, and also if you go to the SAHBA.org website as well, you can find a little bit about the history of SAHBA, what their mission is, and definitely read a little bit more and understand that they are every bit as community advocates as they are builder advocates, and you could use them as a resource to answer a lot of questions. So this is David, and we're going to sign off for this segment of the show. I'll be back with you shortly anyways. Hello again. We are here at Habitat for Humanity in Tucson, and joining me is Brigid Gannon from Brigid Gannon Utility Consulting, Inc. And today she's going to talk to us about the community involvement and partnerships that SAHBA has with Habitat for Humanity for one, and apparently community involvement is a big thing for SAHBA, so we're going to kind of educate you, and I'm going to learn as well on the involvement and the philanthropy that they do. So thank you for joining me. It's nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you too, Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you for this interview and also the opportunity to talk about SAHBA as well as Habitat for Humanity Tucson.
Nice, no problem. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. You own this utility consulting company, and what exactly does that entail for you?
I own Gannon Utility Consulting since 1996 when I started the company.
Okay, and what exactly does that entail? I understand utilities, and do you work with builders? Do you work with single homeowners? How does that work?
I work with all the major builders as well as the custom builders in Tucson. I help them with their electric, telephone, cable TV, and gas, all the way from the platting process to getting meters set.
Nice.
Whatever it takes to get contracts to them from the utilities, as well as I hold pre-construction meetings and schedule when the utilities will be placed in the trench.
Nice, so you work out in the heat then?
I work in the heat sometimes.
Now, how long have you been a member of SAHBA?
I've been a member of SAHBA since I started my company in 1996, but while I worked at Tucson Electric, I was also a member. In 2010, I was tapped to see if I could run a golf tournament.
Nice. I bet that's fun. Butters up. Okay.
So 2010 was our first golf tournament, very successful, especially for the way the economy was at that time, Kim. But our first charity was the Hearth Foundation. 2011, our favorite, Habitat for Humanity, was my second tournament, and we made a little bit more money for Habitat in 2011 and had wonderful participation. It became more of a partnership with SAHBA and Habitat. So they would attend meetings, they joined in the golf tournament as well as behind the scenes for the setup and helping us with the hole-in-one.
What is involved when you plan these golf tournaments?
2014, we had been trying to get Habitat and Stone Canyon Golf Club together. It was about a year of planning between Stone Canyon and Habitat to get our 2014 golf tournament scheduled for September 12th, 2014, Stone Canyon.
How do you get your players? Are they?
We ask from our membership. We also have anybody that knows anybody that wants to golf. It is not a closed tournament just to SAHBA members. We're trying to reach out more into the community as we are the community builder
Right.
to bring more influences from outside of SAHBA
Right.
to come golf with us.
Right. Now, what are the sponsorships? I'm sorry, what do the sponsorships look like?
The sponsorships this year, we're very lucky to have VIP Mortgage. Tucson Electric Power, since 2010, has been a shirt sponsor for us. CenturyLink is also a shirt sponsor.
In these golf tournaments, on average, how much money would you say you raise for the community?
We average between $3,500 and $5,000 so far.
We've all heard the name Habitat for Humanity, and we know on the surface level what exactly it does. But how exactly does it reach out to the community?
Habitat helps the community by interviewing people that need housing, and once they're accepted by Habitat, they help build their house, and then in turn they help build other houses down the road.
Just off the cuff, does Habitat get their hands on as far as helping out with some of the building? Or is it predominantly fundraising? That's how they do their part?
Habitat is instrumental in every portion of the building of that house.
Okay.
They have supervisors there that are on hand all the time. They are never away from the house, the supervisors from Habitat, until the building is done.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how long again have you been on the fundraising or the community activism, I guess, committee?
Well, I've been a advisor on the board of directors for 7 years for SAHBA, and I've been doing the golf tournament since 2010.
Gotcha. Now, do you know of any other outreach possibilities SAHBA's going to be doing possibly in the future?
I'm working with David Godlweski and the rest and some of the other members to form like a similar to TEP's community action team, so that we can reach out more and get the the presence of SAHBA as the community builder out into the community.
Right. So now I want you guys to meet Jennifer. Jennifer is a representative of Habitat for Humanity, and what is exactly that you do?
I am a grant writer and donor relations coordinator here at Habitat. So I've been here
Nice.
since June of 2013.
2013 grants, huh?
Grants, yes, yes.
There's a lot
Fundraising.
involved in that, though, isn't there?
Yes, with grant writing, one needs to be very detailed, and also one needs to possess a sales background.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's a combination
Good,
of
good for
talents.
you.
Yes.
Good for you. Okay, so Jennifer's going to tell us just a little bit more in detail on what Habitat Humanity does for the community, and maybe the resources that you offer to the community. So I'll let you go ahead and take that away.
Of course. Habitat for Humanity Tucson focuses primarily on helping those families and individuals who are impoverished become homeowners. We do that by actually partnering with homeowners. So essentially volunteers from our community, Habitat volunteers, partner with future homeowners to build their own homes. In addition, we also work to rehab existing homes. So we're branching out in terms of helping individuals and families improve their homes here in Arizona. We found that a big challenge is actually to homes that are kind of dilapidated, where families do not have enough resources to fix their homes. So we're educating folks on how to do minor fixes, as well as using our volunteers and staff to fix homes. And so resources here at Habitat are many. We encourage folks who might fit the income range in terms of receiving our help to call here at our office, which is 520-326-1217, and speak to someone in homeowner services or our Brush with Kindness program.
Nice. And so just to set the record straight, you are a nonprofit sales organization.
We are a nonprofit organization. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Yes.
Okay. And do you take donations from private individuals as well, or is it predominantly corporations? or
We
companies?
seek financial gifts from anyone, individuals, families, corporations, foundations. We're always grateful for any help we can get.
Okay, trust. Okay.
Yes.
And now tell me about the availability to volunteer. Is there an age range for that?
Actually, there is.
Okay.
Anybody can volunteer. You just have to be 16 years old or older. So yes, anybody is welcome to volunteer, and you can volunteer on our construction sites, or you can volunteer at our HABA store or here at the administration office.
The golf tournament this year with our most favorite charity, Habitat for Humanity, is September 12th, a day after their 9/11 house raising.
Building Freedom Day.
Building
Yeah.
Freedom Day, thank you very much, at Stone Canyon Golf Club. We are so excited.
Yes.
And that's from 1 till
It's from
Till
1
the
till
end?
probably 6.
till whenever it ends.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in donating, certainly if you're interested in donating your time, if you're interested in, okay.
We need golfers. We already have 20 out of the 30 foursomes already spoken for. We need sponsorships.
Okay, so if you're interested in giving your money
Sponsorship.
or your time, go ahead and go to our website, or you can contact Habitat for Humanity by the phone number given earlier or the email address. I have to say thank you guys very much for taking the time out to talk to me. I appreciate you coming out. It's been fun, and I appreciate you on the spur of the moment
Of course.
coming out and telling us a little bit about Habitat for Humanity. And if you want to know more information on Habitat for Humanity or on Brigid, you can go to our website, or you can go to their websites, which are
Our website address is habitattucson.org.
We are back at the Southern Arizona Home Builders Association building, and I am here with Noelle, and Noelle is responsible for organizing and putting on the home show that so many of you visit at least once a year. If not, you should be going twice a year. So tell me about that. How much fun is that, organizing it?
It's been a great position. I love it, and the show's been around now for actually over 40 years. It's been at the Tucson Convention Center now for quite a number of years. So we've had a long-standing relationship with the convention center as well.
Nice. And how many people do you say you attract, do you think?
We expect this spring that there should be probably over 13,000 people
That's a
attending the
lot
show.
of people.
Mhm.
And you have to organize everything down from what, services to food?
Yeah, the home show is a pretty big production. It is anywhere from getting out the contracts to everybody, to booking the booth space, to working with the TCC for parking, for the food that's going to be there, to the ticket sales, to the advertising. So it's a pretty big production.
You have to be super organized to keep all that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Be able to do it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you want a hot dog?
Yeah.
There's a stand on the corner. But it's something though that a lot of Tucsonans look forward to.
Yeah, we host one every fall and every spring. Traditionally in the past, it's been in September and April, but we recently switched it just this last fall. We moved it to October and now at the end of March. And really that was just in an effort to catch some of those people who are seasonal, that are snowbirds, that will leave for several months.
And how do you determine some of the vendors that you have?
Well, actually, we've been quite fortunate that there's so many that have been a part of the show for years and years and years. So we have some of them that are just regulars. They come back, and a lot of them actually exhibit in the same space even because they know that people in the community know exactly where their spot is. So we have that as well. And then a lot of it is word of mouth too. And when I see companies that I think would be a great addition to the home show, I'll just pick up the phone and call them. And see if they're interested in participating.
Nothing like a little bit of cold calling.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I did that this year, and we've got a bunch of new vendors for the spring one, so I'm really excited.
I thought it was really interesting because I got to meet the vendors and I got to talk to them one-on-one and get to know them a little bit, get to know a little bit about them. And they were a couple different vendors in the same industry, but I could comparison price shop.
Yeah, yeah, and that's actually one of the biggest benefits to this is if you're going out and you need to get new plumbing for your house, heating and cooling, you need to get a spa, you have the ability to go see several different exhibitors and kind of find out which one's the best fit for you.
Right. You can kind of test drive them,
Yeah.
so to speak, before.
Yeah.
So what kind of exhibitors do you have? People that provide home building services or, stuff like that, but what else do you have?
We have crafters who do jewelry, we have people selling different food-related items, we have pool builders, we have just different gadgets that you'd use within your house, as well as kind of your typical things, whether you need tile, whether you need roofing done, whether you need plumbing, there's a variety of that. We even have financial services, we have real estate agents there, car dealers, pest control. I mean, you name it,
You've got it.
We've got it there.
Now, are
Yeah.
they all members of SAHBA though, or are some of them outside?
Yeah, some
well?
of them are and some of them aren't. Yeah, so we have a combination of both.
And so it happens twice a year. And for how many days each year does it happen?
Each day it runs Friday through Sunday. This particular show, Friday and Saturday, will be 10 to 7, and Sunday will be 10 to 5. On Friday, we actually have half price for those who are 50 and older. Kids who are 12 and under are actually free all 3 days. The military is actually half price all 3 days during the show, as long as they present their military ID. And we're actually, one of the things that I'm really excited about for this show is we are partnering with the Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona.
Nice.
So if you bring a canned good or a non-perishable item to the home show, we will give you an additional $1 discount off of the show. Pima Animal Care is coming to the show.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Pima Animal Care will be at the show. They are doing pet adoptions all weekend. Last show they adopted out about 30 dogs.
Aww.
So
yeah.
So that's been really good.
So who are some of the major sponsors of the home show then?
So this spring we have 5 major sponsors for our show. We have Hamster Heating and Cooling, we have Connecticut, we have Mattress Firm, we have Patio Pools, and we have Home Depot.
And do they put on events, shows, kind of a thing?
A little bit. Home Depot during the weekend will be doing, over on their side, they'll be doing different types of presentations for your backyard, for inside your house, home security. And then on Saturday, the big one is they do a big kids craft where kids come in and they get to build a make it and take it item to take home with them, and that's really popular. I mean, we see a ton of kids at that as well.
bet.
And then we do have some community service organizations that will be participating in the show, you know, trying to raise money for their various organizations, or just educating the public about what they do.
Right. Right. Now, is Habitat going to be there? Are they scheduled or?
Yeah,
They are?
Habitat is going to be there. They will occupy a booth as well.
Now, how about parking?
Parking, the wonderful thing about it is we do provide free parking all weekend long.
Now, is it on that, is it what, the east side of
We
the
have
building?
it both on the east and the
And
west side of the building.
Okay. Okay. So what other kind of fun stuff do you have going on at the home show?
Well, one of the other things when we talked about partnering with community service, we did the community food bank. One of the other things that we did is we partnered with the Girl Scouts of Southern Arizona. And if they have cookies left, if they have them left, they will be selling them at the show. But what they're going to be doing is they're actually going to be running our booth for the Easter Bunny. So the Easter Bunny will be there on Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 4. And the Girl Scouts will be taking photos for those who want to get their picture taken with the Easter Bunny. And what they're hoping to do is they're asking for a small donation for those pictures. They are raising money for their London-Paris trip.
Nice.
Come on out, bring your kids to see the Easter Bunny, and get your picture taken.
Doesn't Michael's do something though too for the kids?
In the ballroom upstairs, Michael's has a very large display. And throughout the weekend, they're running you know, just different things like how to do beading or scrapbooking or cake decorating. And then on Saturday, they do make it and take it crafts for the kids, face painting.
Okay, is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about the show? It's amazing. I'm excited for it. Last year's was crazy, but it was fun.
Yeah, a couple of
crazy,
things that
but
we're
fun.
really excited about is we've partnered with K-Hit.
Oh, okay.
107.5. And what we're doing with them is we are raffling off a 2 round-trip tickets to Vegas, 2-night stay at Caesar's Palace, 2 tickets to see Rod Stewart live in Caesar's Palace, and dinner for 2. So they will be doing a couple of on-air things like caller number 9 type things, some text to win opportunities, and then the entire weekend of the home show, you can come to the home show, you can register to win for your chance to get this package deal, and we'll be announcing the winner on Sunday at 4 o'clock.
Nice.
We also have Superior Golf that's going to be participating in the home show, and they're a regular. If someone's been to the home show a lot, they're there every single show, and we always give out a free set of custom golf clubs.
Oh, that's
So
cool
there's
too.
a winner that's chosen for that, and then participants who fill out the exit survey, because we always want to hear what we can do to improve the show, what products would they like to see in the show. Anyone who fills out that survey enters for their chance to win a free iPad.
That's cool too, huh?
Yeah, so we have a couple of different
Very cool.
fun giveaways.
That sounds like fun. So if you want more information about the home show, you can go to where?
You can go to SAHBAHomeshow.com, and you can click on there. You can see what exhibitors we have in the show. You can see the times of the show, and you can actually go online to print a $2 off coupon to get a discount on your admission. So check us out.
So come on down, pay us a visit. This is a great way for SAHBA to connect the community to trusted resources that they have and to trusted members of their organization. So come on down, see the Easter Bunny, get some Girl Scout cookies, maybe buy some tile in granite. And I'll see you next segment. So as you can see, I had a lot of fun interviewing the guests that you've seen on the show. I couldn't have met or asked for a better group of people who are so knowledgeable, have a heart for the Tucson community as it's been built up and continues to grow, and are more invested in the community. I hope to have given you the perspective that Southern Arizona Home Builders Association not only maintains its original mission, but is every bit as dedicated as it was at its inception. It continues to provide a resource for the community on reliable contractors and services that you may need, but also it continues to remain a strong advocate for the community, keeping housing affordable, providing choice, and ensuring that everybody has the opportunity to own a piece of the American dream. Thank you for tuning in to Southern Arizona Real Estate TV, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.